Hello, hi everybody. My name is Shivangi Walke, and I'm the founder of Thrive with Mentoring. ThriveWithMentoring.com is the website. And I'm joined here by the lovely Sonal Tivarekar. Sonal is a Thrive mentor in Bangalore and also the chapter leader, one of the 3 chapter leaders for the Bangalore chapter. I'm very excited actually to be joined here by Sonal, in spite of being in Bangalore, to be joined here in my own office in Switzerland. Very welcome to you, Sonal. Sonal, would you introduce yourself, for our audience?
Sure. So, I'm Sonal Tivarekar. My most newfound identity, I think, is being a thriver, as I would like to call it, or a Thrive mentor. What I also do, and my employer would like to hear me say that, is I work for Swissre, that's Swissre Insurance. Have been an HR professional all my life, have only changed gears more recently, and now I head strategic initiatives for Swissre Bangalore.
Great, thank you. And so it was very exciting to be in your premises as you hosted, the Thrive event in last April. A very large cohort of women, all enthusiastic and keen to learn from each other, right? Because with Thrive, I think we have the pleasure to bring these senior women like you who are interested in mentoring younger, emerging leaders in a one-year mentoring relationship. A lot of the people who get or want to get involved with Thrive, often have this question. So what is mentoring actually, and what does it do? And what are the benefits of mentoring? What is it from your perspective? And what do you think, Sonal, are the benefits for women in particular for mentoring?
Okay, so for me, and I like to quote, I think it's Isaac Newton, who says that I could look further by standing on the shoulders of giants. Yeah. For me, mentoring does that. It allows you to stand on the shoulder of giants, to look beyond what you yourself can look at and see. And that for me kind of is a sense of mentoring.
Yeah.
Mentoring for women, I being a woman myself, right, and having seen enough women in the corporate world, I realized that, rightly or wrongly so, we think we have a special way of approaching our work, our careers, our life in general. And then we also have seen is that we tend to think of a lot of things as being impossible versus possible, right? And mentoring helps us meet people who make what we thought was not possible to do seem possible, right? And therefore, I think mentoring works beautifully for everybody, and that's almost gender neutral, age neutral in a way. So much so that in Hollywood, a lot of things like Kung Fu Panda has a mentor of his own, right?
Yes.
So it was beautifully for everybody. But for women, I can see an added value to it because then we go from being the ones listening and trying to solve everybody else's problem to somebody who's being listened to and cheered on and guided.
Yeah, definitely. And as we were saying, there is a clear benefit of mentoring for women, for mentees, but also for mentors, right? What about your relationship with your own mentees? What has been the highlight of that for you as a mentor?
So we did a couple of conversations and then we met up, right? And while in my career I've had to mentor people within the organization, I think this whole idea of mentoring somebody who's not in my immediate circle, right, was quite special in itself. Because then it was her as a person and me as a person, and not as professionals as such. And I think that was one thing that was special for me. The other thing was the fact that, we met up and we were supposed to spend about half an hour, 45 minutes, and it went over an hour. To see that there is indeed something I can do to help her. But then there is something that I learn as well as I walked away from that table. And I like that whole symbiotic way that conversation moved. For me, it was just amazing. And I think we don't look into the mirror ourselves as much as we ought to for ourselves. But as I watched her and as we spoke about what she said and what she done, she had a brilliant history of her career. But her confidence and her way to, show it to the world was extremely, I wouldn't say low, but it was almost oh, it's not such a big deal, right? And that for me was a wow, we could do something about it. So that was a wow. I'm glad I did this because somebody so brilliant had taken a step sideways just because she didn't have somebody to cheer her on.
Yes, yes. I mean, it's so important, right? I've done some reading on that topic of the imposter syndrome, even for highly successful women. And I know a couple, I must admit, who themselves are, in spite of achieving so much, are unsure. And I think that, especially if you look at younger women, they probably have not even yet achieved so much. They have the potential, but often they discount their own abilities. They are not very good at talking to what have been their achievements, and they almost hope, and this is one of the bad habits that we as women, I think, have, and women in general, so okay, not specific, but if you look at that gender, I think we have some of these bad habits that are being written nowadays on quite extensively, and one of them is just hoping that somebody else will notice that I'm so good and I'm so hardworking and I'm producing so much, but not really speaking naturally, about it. Now, it's not, and there is a thin line between blowing your own trumpet and making somebody aware, and that might be also your own manager, or somebody who is important in your organization or in your surrounding, an important stakeholder if you own a business, that you still need to make people aware of what is it that you're achieving, and not just hope that you will be discovered. That, of course, if you continue doing everything that you are doing, somebody has to see it. And then feeling frustrated, feeling victimized, feeling as if nobody really cares, etc., etc. I mean, given our busy lives, honestly, it is quite difficult to just notice somebody if they're doing everything in the background and you're not, it's not so evident to you. What is it that they have done? I mean, I don't know if you have any experiences around that theme.
So I think, well, that, yes, it is, I would say, something that we struggle with. I think the other piece that we struggle with is, so as HR, I would see people really apply for jobs and so on. And men would apply for it even if they're only about 70% there. Yeah. I mean, just about, I've done this much of it, I can stretch and I can do a little bit more. And I go speak to a really high potential lady and somebody really good. And I think the person is also 70-80% ready. But the focus of that conversation would be around what they haven't done. Why should I even speak about others? I would speak about myself. Right? It was when I applied for this job, which I stepped into. I wasn't like out there going to just apply for it. It's until people really spoke to me, senior leaders, showed me that they believed I could pull this off. Is I said, that's when I actually started believing I could pull it off and I was ready for it. So, yes, you're right. I think we get into this whole mode of we expect others to know us and understand our needs and do something about it. And we were past that after we stopped dating and, we expected our boyfriends to understand how we feel one evening. At work, it won't work that way, right? You really do have to get out there and talk about
especially in today's world where, so many of us are managers who are not even co-located, So many of us are in regional and global roles. How are they supposed to have data? There is lack of that social information that you might get if you are co-located, etc. I mean, there needs to be a way that we find how we speak about our achievements. What are the correct points in time we need to do that? Is that performance management conversations? It is more informal, mentioning, dropping a hint here around what is it that you have achieved. There is a lot of this we language that women use, which is great because it speaks to, team, working in a team, etc. There's a lot of I language that men tend to use. And there is, again, a balance that one needs, right? So even if you're saying, we did this as a team, but what did I do in that we? Till that is evident, and I have seen that, like you, I have been a human resources professional and in talent management leadership development for a long time, succession planning conversations with leaders, or when you're considered for, high profile roles. And then you see somebody sitting in that space and discounting their own experiences. It's quite incredible to see even senior experienced women. And I'm not sure it's confidence. I think there is something around Should I be blowing my own trumpet? Won't I sound arrogant? Won't I sound like a know-it-all? And some of these scripts that we get, either from our families, our societies, our organizations, wherever we got it from, that does, they do tend to pull us back. Yeah,
that is true, and I think there's a fine balance as well, right? Because first I think forget the balance. We need to get out there and talk about some of these things and find a nice way of doing it. Is one, but an understanding that you are your own, how would I call it, marketer, right? But then I also see that sometimes swing in that extreme direction, and then people begin to discount you because you're constantly marketing yourself. So I think what you mentioned is finding what the right balance is, right? And the right forms of that becomes extremely key. But understanding that it's needed is
that's the first step. And I think the sooner in your career you realize that, it probably is going to help you, to find, like you said, still a graceful way to do it. Because that's the balance. If you're just tooting your horn, but actually there is no substance, I mean, that doesn't carry you too far.
That goes against you.
Any tips, Sonal, that you'd like to give, existing and to-be Thrive mentors in particular?
Well, I won't call it a tip. I'll just share what I learned, right? Which is more and more mentoring is, in a way to me, though not academically, like coaching, in the sense that I would like us as mentors to be more than just cheerleaders. We need to be the cheerleaders, if I may, but also walk those 2 steps with them. Right? Just telling somebody what to do is not going to cut it if you really want to make that difference. You have to almost be the person's sponsor, if I may, in a way. You have to walk 2 of the steps that you ask the person to, on the journey that you ask the person to take. So as a mentor, I would say that's one part of it. And the second is, we are not the only ones giving. I personally believe I'm learning and growing as an individual as I go through this journey. And keeping that, like an open mind to that, and enjoying it is the only thing I would have to say.
Great. Yeah, no, definitely. Thank you. And what about mentees, Sonal? Because I have seen more resonance of Thrive with mentor population than mentee population. And a lot of that is also linked to sheer work experience and life experience, I feel. But it's also because sometimes people think, I don't have an issue, why do I need a mentor? And what is a mentor exactly going to offer me? I mean, can you paint a picture to somebody who probably even is very new to this world, who are not coming from this HR development sort of background, maybe they were an engineer and they are now a woman in IT, let's say. What is this mentoring and why should I even, sign up for a year of meeting somebody who's potentially a complete stranger to me and who is supposed to help me with my development? Like what can they really offer?
I would actually take a step back beyond mentoring as well and just say, we underestimate, I certainly did until I saw somebody who is partly a role model for me and I realized that really works. We underestimate the power of just getting out there, meeting people, networking and learning things. It's amazing. And when I look at really successful people, generally really successful people, I notice one thing common in them, which is that they don't have these barriers, right? They are constantly absorbing from the world by just talking to people, meeting people, developing a network, and so on. So they wouldn't be able to do that if they were constantly asking, why a new experience? Why even spend that 1 hour with somebody? So I think it's a matter of saying, give it a shot, right? I mean, it's you're not getting into a legal contract which you can't walk away from.
Sure.
2 years. Give it a shot, start speaking to people. The power of mentoring is largely in the hands of the mentee.
Great.
Their interest, how much they would give us the feeling that they're invested, so we invest further as a mentor, right?
Definitely.
As such. So effectively, dropping those apprehensions and giving it a shot, I think once you give it a shot, then you're out there. So my advice to mentees is, one is none of us are going to grow, right, at the pace that we want to. I think all of us are going to grow. all of us probably are going to get to where we want to get to. The question is how fast, how successfully, how beautifully, and how much do we enjoy the journey. And that's what mentoring does for you.
Yeah.
It helps you with the speed, it helps you enjoy the journey, it helps you to then learn by not making 15 mistakes, because your mentor made 5.
Exactly.
You learn from that and go on with life,
exactly.
right? So
you can make a new mistake.
Exactly. Her 5, your 5, you make 10, and then go on with life.
Exactly.
So look at
but it is. I think there is a power, that power is really there. Right? Somebody's been there, done that, You don't need to make your own rookie mistakes, right? Why learn from your own mistakes when you can learn from somebody else's? And
your own successes. Like, they have successes. That means they did it differently.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, your life experience would give another 5-10 years to get to that situation. There is somebody who tried this out.
Yeah, and I think, for me, and that was one of the reasons to start Thrive, but I think that has resonated is when you have with Thrive, you are, a woman mentor, a woman mentee, and that's a choice that Thrive has made as an organization, which does not necessarily mean that women shouldn't have men mentors, and I think they definitely should, and there are enough opportunities to do that. But the one benefit of having a woman mentor is this is somebody who has practically the same challenges that you will face in your life, right? Which is balancing this personal family life with your professional aspirations, an ongoing chapter of challenges that is faced by women. I mean, in India, but world over, really, with different kinds of social settings that makes it more easier, acceptable, or more difficult. And, it's quite interesting. I live in the so-called developed country, Switzerland, where the majority of the women, after they get married and after they have children, make a choice to stay home. Whereas in India, this is unthinkable for professional women. Right? But then again, we have that social system, we have so many people to take care, be it our parents, our in-laws, but also this army of people who can help us at home, which is almost unaffordable in this country, right? So those are, I think every context, every culture has its enablers and has its disablers, right? And I think that's the beauty of having a mentor who has lived in your culture, who understands your reality, who understands the challenges of living in that context, in that society, and who can, from their experience, share with you what worked for them, what did not work for them, and then you can experiment with that, right? And I think a lot of Thrive mentors are quite evolved to say, this is what I offer you, and then if you want to take it, or you leave it. But have the conversation, reflect on it, and don't remain on autopilot, right? That a lot of people, I think, are not taking time to think back on, is this something that I would have done if I had reflected on it? Because I'm so busy, and the next thing is coming and the life pace is so high and all of that. So that's a safe, psychologically safe space to even think and reflect with the help of a person who is, been there, done that, and who is really there for, in your service, more or less, right? I mean, of course, mentors are growing in this process, but the whole thing is around supporting the mentees to grow and having these, very generous women like Sonal, hundreds of them actually across the world, helping with that. So then what is one question you wish I had asked you?
Why was I so interested in Thrive?
Oh, why were you so interested in Thrive?
Well, so like I said yesterday when we were speaking, is the first part is your enthusiasm. Right? I mean, it's just infectious. And then so is that of the various mentors that I have met, right? It's just amazing that so many women, and again, I'm all for feminism, but I have this whole thing about making it sound like, we really need so much help, kind of a thing. But I'm just saying, here are these women who are, their entire lives, they've done their stuff and all that, and are so enthusiastic to give back for nothing at all, right? It's just that bigness of heart, right?
It's generosity.
This isn't even required from their job perspective. Nothing. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's one. The second is I realized that if I had the opportunity to speak to somebody who would mentor me, and I have had mentors, and I'm a product of really good role models and mentors and coaches, right? But I don't think I ever had a woman mentor, right? And I think I would have made some different life decisions. If I had somebody with a similar context,
yes,
to talk
and a
about
lived
that,
experience, right, of
and
the same challenges.
Yeah, and I underestimated it when I was younger, right? For some reason,
yes,
or maybe just because Thrive didn't exist. For some reason, I did. So I think for me, the concept and what Thrive is trying to do is just phenomenal, and to be part of something which, for me, it's more than anything, it's a movement, because it's a movement of empowering women through women in its own way, and I think that's what excites me about Thrive.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your energy, and it's wonderful. We're so lucky to have the privilege to meet in person. I'm really, really excited about that. And Thrive is coming again to India with 3 chapters. The Delhi launch is on 14th of July. Actually, it's in Gurgaon. And then on the 18th of July, we have a launch in Pune, and 23rd of July in Hyderabad. So I'm really hoping all of you listening to this get yourself and your friends, really signed up. Come to the enthusiastic launch events, which I think themselves are really quite fun and energetic. And as much as you get one mentor or one mentee to work with through the year, I think it's also very exciting to be in this group of very committed, generous women. That alone can create enough energy and enough opportunities for you to network and learn from each other. It's really welcome you to join that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shivangi. And have a great day.
Have a great day. Bye.